Hey church, hope you're doing well. You know, one of the great advantages of being home right now is we get to spend a lot of time with each other. One of the great disadvantages of being home is we can easily get on each other's nerves. One of the problems that comes out of that is something we call pettiness. Pettiness is just the idea that we allow small little things to become big problems. It shouldn't be like that. The dictionary says of pettiness, it says it's undue concern with trivial matters. It's becoming oversensitive. It's becoming picky about little things. It's something not being done to the standard of what I hoped it would be. And it's just something that we allow things to get blown completely out of proportion. It shouldn't be that way. You know, we're supposed to leave a molehill as a molehill, but we can allow little things to grow into mountains. It shouldn't be like that. It happens because usually we're selfish. It's interesting, Solomon, the wisest man who ever lived, in chapter 2 of Song of Solomon, he says this. He says, "Catch the foxes for us, the little foxes that spoil the vines, for our vineyards are in blossom." What he's saying there is this, is it's the little things in life that create the seeds of discontent, that create the problems, the small wounds that fester inside of us, that create bitterness and hatred and even apathy in us, to where we don't even care. We don't even listen to the other person any longer. That's not a good thing. It all starts with little things with us. I mean, perhaps it's the tone of voice that we use, or the rolling of the eyes, or the shrugging, or just the we don't care attitude that we generally give off. It's not going to build your home. It's not going to build the relationships that God has you in. Paul tells us in 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verses 4 through 7, how to build a wonderful relationship. He says this. First of all, he tells us we're to be patient. In other words, we're not to rush into thinking the worst thing about somebody or always thinking they're wrong. Then he says be kind. We're to be careful with our words. You know, we know from Ephesians chapter 4, verse 29, that we're supposed to speak words that are wholesome, words that build up and not knock down and destroy. The third thing he says is don't be envious or boastful or proud. That really speaks for itself. Fourthly, he says don't be rude. In other words, don't allow your tongue to wound someone else, because it can easily happen. I mean, James chapter 3, verses 3 through 7 tell us that the tongue can be like a fire. It can create destruction. We've seen that relationally in people's lives. The fifth thing is don't insist on your own way. You know, you can't always get your way. We can't always be selfish. We can't always win. And yet, relationally, sometimes people do that. The sixth thing is we're not to be irritable or resentful. You know, it's easy to get annoyed and be hateful in life and just to say, well, I'm tired. But you know what? We all live in this life. We all go through those things. The seventh thing is love does not keep a list of wrongs. In other words, it looks past imperfections. The eighth thing is it rejoices with the truth. Again, that's pretty simple. The ninth thing is it bears all things. In other words, it looks past imperfections. It believes all things. It believes the best. It hopes all things. It desires for the best for others. It endures all things. It puts up with things that maybe we don't have to put up with, but we do because we love somebody. Listen, keep a molehill a molehill. That was the advice of Solomon. It will build your family up and not let it be destroyed. God bless you. Love you all.